In this video, I'm spotlighting an overlooked creature from Magic's history and finding the perfect commanders to make it shine. Tolarian Entrancer is a 1/1 human wizard from Weatherlight that turns blocking into a terrible idea. Whenever it becomes blocked, you gain control of the creature that blocked it at the end of combat. No tricks, no timing windows. If something steps in its way, it's probably changing sides. Razalax's Illicit Scholar is the perfect home for Tolarian Entrancer. If the Entrancer is blocked, it bounces back to your hand while you take permanent control of the blocker. If it isn't blocked, you draw a card. Either way, it's a no-lose proposition. Dolandres, the Renegade, is another natural fit. Any creature you steal with the Tolarian Entrancer suddenly becomes a powerhouse. Dolandres gives them +2/+2, menace, death touch, and even counts them as pirates. On top of that, whenever you cast a non-creature spell you don't own, you generate 2 tapped treasure tokens, giving you extra fuel for whatever comes next. With Dolandres at the helm, your stolen creatures aren't just yours, they're terrifying. Marchesa the Black Rose is a perfect home for the Tolarian Entrancer. With Marchesa, the Entrancer gains Dethrone, meaning every time it attacks the player with the most life or ties for most life, it gets a +1/+1 counter. That's already great for a 1/1, but the real magic happens if the Entrancer dies after being blocked, because it now has a +1/+1 counter. Marchesa brings it back to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. Every time Tolarian Entrancer is blocked, you gain control of the blocker, and even if the Entrancer falls in combat, it comes back ready to do it again. Gonti, Canny Inquisitor, is a brilliant home for Tolarian Entrancer. If the Entrancer gets blocked, you steal the blocker, and on the next turn, any damage it deals can trigger Gonti, letting you exile the top card of that opponent's library and cast it as your own. If the Entrancer slips past blockers, you still get to use your opponent's spells directly, thanks to Gonti's ability. Either way, Tolarian Entrancer turns combat into a no-lose proposition. It's almost impossible to block without handing you an advantage, and every unblocked attack allows you to use your opponent's cards against them. So there you have it, 4 perfect homes for an overlooked card that deserves a second look. Tolarian Entrancer isn't flashy, but in the right decks it can completely change the way opponents block and how you leverage their creatures. Give it a try and let those would-be blockers switch sides while your spells and stolen threats do the heavy lifting.